Hello and welcome to our course overview. Today we're going to spend a few minutes talking about some of the content as well as the format and resources for our course. And I'd like to start by asking why a course in entrepreneurship? Within Coursera, you certainly have hundreds of courses to choose from. And even for my students here at the University of Maryland, I like to start my courses with asking this question. And what I hear oftentimes is money. And if money is a primary motivator for starting a new venture, I would say you may be disappointed. You can certainly earn a lot in doing it if you do it successfully. But I would say the likelihood of earning a lot of money is certainly going to incur with a higher probability in a lot of the traditional professions of medicine and law and banking and things of that nature. So we'll talk about money. It's fine if it's a motivator for you. But there's certainly, I would say, other ways to more reliably make money than trying to start a risky new venture. Another common element that motivates entrepreneurs is independence, and this is one that I buy in on, as related to freedom. And it doesn't mean that you can always do what you want when you want. You may be free of a boss, but you are in some way subject to investors and or customers, and they can certainly be as demanding or more demanding than a boss. So in that way, it's a different type of independence. It's a different type of freedom than if you're employed. But we also want to be honest and give you some of the pros and cons, if you will, and some of those trade-offs, and we'll talk about that as well. Another element that I believe is a strong motivator for entrepreneurs is this element of creation, the opportunity to create a company, the opportunity to create new products and services, the opportunity to create jobs and economic development in your communities. So in that way, it's certainly, in my mind, a great motivator, and it gives you the opportunity, again, to do something new and different and hopefully more fun and energizing than you may have within a traditional corporate or government setting. And we see more and more students that are interested in the aspect of helping and social entrepreneurship. So what we mean by this is there's the opportunity not only by the job and economic development, but they're working in areas to help solve some problems in education or poverty or homelessness or environmental factors. So there might be some of those aspects too that influence your decision making to be an entrepreneur, and I believe those are great motivations as well. So if we have this thing called entrepreneurship, and you can make money, perhaps you can have control and freedom and independence, you can create things and help, then why are so few people entrepreneurs? In the US, pending the statistic, it's less than 5%, and globally, it's lower than that in many regions. And what we see oftentimes is that element of risk. There's the element of failure and what might happen to me if I try and start a company and put time or money in and it's not successful. And what do I do then? And I believe both of those can be reconciled by opportunity cost. And it's really more about what are you foregoing by being able to invest your time and your resources and some degree of money into the new venture. And I believe a starting point for that if naturally starting with a great idea. So in that way, that's going to be a central focus of our course of how to maximize the opportunity for you and how to minimize the risk and failure by really having an entrepreneurial mindset as you're looking at things and by starting with a great idea and then building a company from there. So what does it take to succeed in entrepreneurship? Well, it's a multifaceted question, but I believe at the foundation of it is opportunity discovery. There's certainly questions of the market and the competition, of building the team and raising capital. But again, I believe it starts with the opportunity and the fundamental idea itself and being effective in analyzing that. So that is going to be some of the core elements that we'll talk about in our course. And then two, there's the element of decision making, and it's decision making about the concept, and it's decision making about the pricing and the market and the competition, teaming, fundraising, all of these areas. So we'll touch on those as well. Our approach to the course is based on, one, helping you develop these great ideas and getting that entrepreneurial mindset of understanding how to identify opportunities based on real customer needs and developing solid business models and plans based on those ideas and concepts. Our schedule, we operate on a 6-week schedule for this course, meaning there will be 4 to 6 videos per week that will go live on every Monday. And each of these videos will be 8 to 12 minutes each. So in that way, it's essentially like a mini lecture that's going to be recorded and posted for your viewing. There's no live element to the course, but what you can do is go in and view these lectures at your choosing at any point during the week. We do like for you to move through in a cohort model. What we mean by that is that every Monday a new week of content will go up, and we'd like you to view that content participate in the online discussions, and interact with other classmates on the site during that week so that we're all moving through on a week-by-week basis. For our recommended book, it's the Opportunity Analysis Canvas. It's an ebook that's available online for $4.99. And what this does is it provides a guide for the course itself as well as the weekly assignments. And so what this also does is provide some added insights beyond these short video lectures, and it also gives you a background to the videos. We're going to be covering a lot of elements in business and technology, but we're also going to be talking about psychology and sociology and mindset. And so a lot of those aspects and some background for that are covered in the course as well. And we'd like you to get familiar with the book and read that first chapter by the time you come back for our next video lecture. So in summary, what we're doing within our course is we're looking at a lot of different topics. We're looking at business plans, we're looking at business models, and we're looking at opportunity analysis in the context of this canvas. So in that way, you can see that we'll begin the course next time talking about the Opportunity Analysis Canvas, and then from there we'll get into entrepreneurial mindset, motivation, and behaviors. So we'll move across the top line, and we'll also spend some time later in the course talking about the economy, industry, competition, value curves, the identification and evaluation of these concepts, and the business planning and the fundraising aspects. So the Opportunity Analysis Canvas really is our starting point, and it provides a landscape and a roadmap for how we're going to advance through our course together. So with that, that will be our focus for next time, and we thank you for joining us.